welcome back to my channel. Shout out to everybody that's here. Let me see who's here in the house. Welcome. Let me shout out all the members before I get started. Let's see. Nebulous, Shauna B, Amy, thank you. Thank you for being here. Who else is here? Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Who else? Who else? Oh my gosh, I'm going down the list. Leah, thank you for being here. Welcome, Liz. Thank you for being here. You guys, we got to get into it with the story. Hey, girl, welcome. Thank you for being here. Did you guys hit the like button? Taryn, thank you for being here. Shout out to you. Bo loves biochemistry. Thank you for being here. Alana, welcome, love. Shout out to you. Oh my God. All right. I think I see everybody. Gen X, welcome. Thank you for being here. Erika, welcome. Shout out to you. We're doing well. She's taking a little nap right now, but yes, we're doing well. Beautiful messy ball. Vic is present. She said, I'm here. I'm here. Yeah, it's been a lot going on. We're gonna talk. I've got words. Shauna B. So Christy, welcome. Alyssa, I see you. Welcome. Thank you to all my beautiful, wonderful members that are in the house. Pika, welcome. Thank you for modding and being here. Okay, so let's get it together. And do I have anybody here from El Paso, East El Paso at least? Maybe. I don't know. So about a week ago, we went live and we talked about a story. Hey, Stacy, welcome. Welcome. Hey, Coco, welcome. Everybody, welcome. So about a week ago, we talked about a story regarding a mom who took her child to a daycare, right? Little Kings and Queens of East El Paso. From there was a text message that was sent from one of the caretakers to the mom taking a picture of the child's diaper. Child's diaper had a lot of blood on it. Mama sees that and says, I'm going to take that child I'm going to take her to get medical care right away. She takes her to go get medical care. From the medical care, they find out that this baby girl, 2-year-old, her hymen was torn. And they're calling it, I believe, if I remember correct, child sex assault, something along the lines of that in the medical paperwork. So mom is upset. Of course, police are involved. There's a institutional investigation in this daycare. And so there's no arrest yet. Been a week. I've been waiting. Mom said that other people are coming forward with concerns. There is another lady that we were waiting for. She did come forward with concerns. The community, mom included, other people, supporters, confronted the person that they allege sexually assaulted this girl, this baby girl of 2 years old. And there's a video where there's that confrontation. How could you do this? How could you rape this baby? That his name is Joel. He is one of the owners of this daycare. So when we reviewed this, some of us were like, what the hell? Because she also started a GoFundMe. There was other things that people were saying. There's a lot of concerns. Is this real? Why isn't now we have a second child? Why isn't there an arrest yet? What's going on? Right? What's the deal? And that is still the question is my understanding is that they've closed down the daycare for operations, not by the CPS investigation. Like it wasn't like the licensee said, we're going to close down this daycare. It wasn't like that. It was that they chose to close it down. The owners did, my understanding. So it's been a lot going on. A bigger blogger picked up the story as well by the name of Martin Lewis Resurrected. You guys might have seen, I've shouted him out before. He shouted my channel out before. He's one of the bigger creators and he does a lot of investigative type of blogging. So he did a little breakdown as well. I'm going to drop the link. Actually, I should have put it in the description box. But he did a little video and I wanted to review it with you guys. And then there's an article that was written by a blog currently. The question is, why hasn't there been any arrests? I know we love Martin over here. Shout out to him.
We have another daycare case where allegedly a woman's daughter was raped by the daycare worker.
Mm.
So basically, this woman named Tu Mama ended up receiving messages from one of the workers, I believe, at the daycare, who showed her a message saying, "Hey, your daughter is bleeding down there." And
And that was a diaper picture, you guys. That was a diaper picture. We wouldn't show it here.
she showed an image of a diaper. She actually shared this online. I'm not going to put that here. Well, I'll put the blur version, but I'm not going to put the full thing. It's pretty gruesome.
It
She
is.
says, "This is a situation I never thought I found myself. Yesterday, I sent my daughter to daycare so I can work, and this happens. My daughter was raped at the hands of this man, and he refused to show me camera footage, and his story kept changing." Okay, so
So to be fair, camera footage, any business is going to tell you that you need a subpoena for camera footage. They're not going to just show you camera footage just because you want them to show you. You're going to need a subpoena for that. I don't, but see, here's the deal is I believe, Amy, I don't think that it was shut down by licensing. I think the owner said they're shutting down for the moment, you know? It is. Let me hit play, okay?
she ends up confronting the daycare owner and films it. Let's check it out.
Okay? She was raped right here. She's a 2-year-old and she got
Seen that image.
here. Okay? On your watch, a 2-year-old got here.
Mm.
I bring up to this day is firefighters got there before the police did for a like that's weird. I feel like this like bro, what the police didn't show up until like an hour of me and the baby being in the hospital. And when they did, my daughter not understanding what happened to her, only that she's in pain. Like, okay, she may not be acting like super abnormal, but what the do you expect? They're like, oh no, she probably just has a UTI, bro. A UTI is not going to cause a diaper filled with blood.
Well, in even a UTI for a 2-year-old, I've never really heard of that. Let me pull up Google. Do 2-year-olds get UTIs? How does a 2-year-old get UTI? I don't know if it's necessarily a thing, but most UTIs in children are caused by bacteria from the digestive system entering the urinary tract. Okay, so I guess it does happen. But that, and there's also like symptoms like fevers and stuff like that, that kind of thing. Hey, Lana, and everybody that's coming through, I see people coming through now. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? What do you guys think?
People don't understand that there was evidence included in this, and people say, oh, how can you do a rape kit on a 2-year-old? It's external. There's no spectrum. It's able to be done. Okay? Even if, I hate talking about this shit, even if Joelle used
Gotcha.
condoms on those children, there's still going to be something left over. Okay? Now, what pissed me off was the fact that PD tried to keep pushing me not to do test, not to do any of that. Oh, it's going to traumatize her. So you guys want me to let this get away with it, right? Because you're so convinced it's not fault. It's not any of that, right? So I wish you guys could have seen the faces because the doctors gave me shit too. I understand that you guys probably have people come in and it's not the case, but I feel like every case should be treated the same. You don't know. You know what I mean? So after they called this woman a sick, so I'm the one that pushed for it. The hospital didn't. I did. I said, yep, I want that. That's what I want. I want to make sure everything's okay. At least I know I took my steps to handle this. I would rather be wrong than to sit there and think I should have done that or what if. No, I didn't want to feel like that. And I didn't check my daughter until when I couldn't. I saw the diaper and I was like, I'm not touching her. I don't know if there's evidence there. I don't know. So
So then her thought process is this. This is what I'm understanding. And thank you, Anne says, I had a lot of UTIs and kidney infections when I was a kid. I had underdeveloped tubes to my kidneys. So this is what she's saying. She's saying, look, she had the bloody diaper. We don't know. There was a message or whatever that was sent. And she demanded the medical staff to conduct some type of a rape kit, right? Because that would be the only way to determine if something happens. Even though the medical staff were like, well, it's probably not a good idea, we don't know how we feel about this. She's saying, I want you to do one. She's demanding that there be a rape kit on this baby girl, right? Absolutely. You don't have to be sexually active. Thank you, Emily. It is very common for women to tear their hymen. Yes, absolutely, for physical activities. I got your comment. I see it. I promise you. It's fairly common for sure. So they do the examination and then they determine that her hymen is torn, right? And then from there, um, the documentation says sex assault, right? That's what it says, child sex assault. They're going through forensic interviews, all this other. I mean, forensically, it is very hard to interview a 2-year-old. All right, um, depending on how verbal they are and whatnot. But yeah, let's bring some more attention to this, okay?
The state nurse had already kind of started to intake us. And my daughter, she soiled her diaper. So I had to change her because, like, you know what I mean? I didn't want her to get a rash. I didn't know the damage down there. I opened her diaper and the damage was extensive. At that point, the state nurse had walked in and I started crying. I was like, she was. Police came in like 2 minutes after the state nurse left, because she came in to let me know like the exam's almost ready. And I was like, I told you guys, and they didn't say nothing. They still weren't believing it. So the state nurse looked at the 2 police officers, and one of the police officers is named Officer Gonzalez. And she said, where's the forms that you guys were supposed to produce? And they're like, oh, we don't know. We thought you had it, bro. So that's the first step, right? So now you have the original bloody diaper from daycare, and you have my daughter's bloody dress. There was blood all in the back of her dress. And I honestly didn't even catch that until after we got off the stretcher from the firefighters. So we did the same exam with the same nurse with the exam. They're telling me under like the light the damage to my daughter, and I'm like, I'm not able to process all this at this point in time. Like, I'm like, what the like, I just couldn't. And then I started to really like, it's just a situation like you're like, is this real right now? That's how I felt. And then it hit me and I was like, this is real. And honestly, out of this whole experience, that same nurse has definitely been a blessing because she was the only one that treated the situation with the sensitivity and the empathy and everything.
And she shows the diagnosis, which is a hymen abnormally SA of a child.
All right, let me I'm going to make this bigger, okay? And let me remove this right here because this is the documentation. Hymen abnormalities, sexual assault of child, vaginal abrasion. Okay, so again, sexual assault of child is there. This was the medical paperwork that she put up. Girl, listen, she even put up the picture of the bloody diaper. Okay, she did, and a lot of people were criticizing her about that. Let me hit play.
V abrasion. So that was the diagnosis. So she ends up going on social media telling everyone this, and it got really active. People actually started going to this daycare and they started protesting. She then shows that there was another open investigation. She also exposed this. Well, Joel failed to report injury to child. How this place stayed open after this is beyond me. If they did their job, my daughter wouldn't have been raped. And also there was a review 2 years ago. It says, if I can give this negative, I would. My nephew was sent home with 2 degree burns due to their negligence. I would upload pics, but it's very traumatizing. We asked to see to the camera, said they didn't have camera. All we were told was a bottle warmer was near and the boiling water fell on him. They didn't call ambulance, but called the owner before. Now, this just got so crazy due to her evidence, I guess, and everything like that, people protesting and end up on the news. Let's check it out.
Gathered here today to protest in response to that viral social media post regarding this daycare behind me and the allegations of sexual abuse made by one mother. Now, if you go ahead and take a look behind me, this is where over a dozen El Pasoans gathered to protest.
Yes, every daycare should have a camera. And let me stop right there. Yeah, Pika says, what bothers me, this little girl may not want the whole world to know. Right, Pika, her face is out there. Listen, the little girl's face is out there. Mom is saying, because this is for, justice. I didn't want to put her picture up there. I would be concerned because if she's a victim, anybody can target her, and she's only 2, right? Like,
protest. They all held signs saying, "What if it were your daughter?" and "Honk for justice," while also chanting. Now, the protest started at noon and continued all through the afternoon till just about 4. I spoke with several protesters who all say they want Little Kings and Queens daycare investigated. One protester says her children used to come to this daycare, and while their daughter was attending, they noticed what they thought was a rash on their
here's
daughter's
another one.
private area.
Here's another one.
Since this incident has gone viral, they thought to take their daughter to the doctor to get clarification. They showed the doctors the proof, and the doctors confirmed to the parents that their daughter never had a rash, and in quotes said, "Something was done to your daughter."
Whoa.
We didn't really know what to think. Maybe it was naive of us to have thought that that wasn't a possibility. But we took her yesterday, and we did show the pictures that we have of our 2-year-old. And now everything seems to be making sense to the dad and I. I want to stand up for Ariana and for my kids and every other victim. It's gonna.
Yes. So this video clip, I saw this news clip as well. That was my time. It's so far. This is only so Ariana's mom, the lady that came with the allegation, she goes by Tu Mama. She basically said that another person came out. I don't know if it's her or if it's just another person that came out. But what is concerning to me is time frame. She is saying, and let me go back a little bit because I want to make sure I heard that correctly. She's saying that another mother. Let me play this.
Doctors the proof, and the doctors confirmed to the parents that their daughter never had a rash.
So when did they take their daughters to the
Until
medical
just about
examiner? So like the time frame is off for me because it seems like, all right, did they realize that she didn't have a rash 6 months ago or this month or last week? And so then they took her back to the doctor who said, no, your daughter doesn't have a rash. It's actually worse. Something has happened to your daughter. This is right here what throws me off a little bit. And let me play it again.
4. I spoke with several protesters who all say they want Little Kings and Queens daycare investigated. One protester says her children used to come to this daycare, and while their daughter was attending, they noticed what they thought was a rash on their daughter's private area. Since this incident has gone viral, they thought to take their daughter to the doctor to get clarification. They showed the doctors the proof, and the doctors confirmed to the parents that their daughter never had a rash, and in quotes said, "Something was done to your daughter."
So when did this happen? Time frame. Time frame. That's what throws it off. I saw that tinkle. I saw that. That throws it off. Right? Because the time frame, it just makes it sound like, well, and it was this viral video that made them take their daughter to the medical examiner's office or the doctors, right? And then they found out that their daughter had also been AR'd.
We didn't really know what to think. Maybe it was naive of us to have thought that that wasn't a possibility. But we took her yesterday, and we did show the pictures that we have
Wow.
of our 2-year-old. And now everything seems to be making sense to the dad and I. I want to stand up for Ariana and for my kids and every other victim. It's gonna take one victim to get it worse than maybe all the other ones, to have justice for all.
Right.
Another protester says she was here speaking out in solidarity with the victim and the victim's family. She says on the viral post, many other people came forward to share their story, and it saddens her as a mother and a victim of abuse herself.
Ariana is 2 years old. She's not trying to get anyone in trouble. She had her childhood stolen from her. She had her whole life stolen from her mother. She was here, trusted with this facility for them to take away her innocence, to rob her of her childhood, to steal everything from her. We can't let it go on. As mothers, as fathers, as brothers, as people, we have to get her justice.
Now, I did call the daycare myself, and it seems that they are closed today, and my call was sent straight to voicemail, so I was not able to get a hold of them. I did hear from a family friend that they will be out here protesting again tomorrow.
ABC7 has confirmed that the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services is looking into the Little Kings and Queens daycare regarding allegations of abuse and neglect. A spokesman told ABC7 that the department's child care investigations unit began looking into the allegations yesterday. A group of protesters gathered outside the business protesting after a woman made an outcry online about abuse.
While details are still limited on what prompted the investigation, parents I spoke to today were split on the news. Some saying they want the daycare to be shut down, while others hope the owners are cleared from any wrongdoing.
They haven't shown me any reason that or anything that they're bad and they would do that, but that's from personal experience.
Just where it was and the daycare, it just like I started going back on my memory of everything I ever thought I was overreacting or anything.
But this is an example of something that most likely did happen, because you have other people coming out and speaking about it. And then, guys, so that's what I have so far. Make
sure you guys check out Martin's video. So listen, now this is where I'm going to go. This is where we're going to go now. I'm going to take us to a Facebook group. Shout out to all the people at Facebook liking this video, because I could see you guys with the notification. Sandra says, I would be in jail, rabbit. Crazy fam. I know, right? Only Alicia says, I'm sorry, I just wouldn't take my child back out. Straight caution. My neighbor, my registered sex offender wife. Ooh, no way. My goodness. So there's a group, okay? As typically happens, right? And this group is like they're kind of like I get the sense that they're in the fence as far as everything that's happening. They don't really know how to take the information. Hold up, let me see this. Someone put in this picture. Can someone tell me if this is her? Because if she went out there her way to go do a photo op at the daycare at night, people have a hard time with this with mama right now. Some of the photos, oh, I didn't want to show that, but there's all these photos are public because the mom has made the photos public of her child. Um, somebody said here, I wish I could comment anonymously, but this post really made me realize that this mom will say anything to sound like the victim. It's sad. I really do hope Ariana gets the justice that she deserves. Some people have issues with the mom and the stuff that she is posting, what she's posting. Okay, kind of showcasing her daughter because they feel like if she's the victim of this crime, this is not how you go about it. Now, listen, there's a GoFundMe. There is. And some people feel like, well, do I don't like who would want to donate? First of all, Joel has not been charged, right? He hasn't been charged for anything. This has been ongoing for almost 2 weeks. I would think that a GoFundMe would be appropriate if she needs help, you know, paying for childcare at this point, right? Or somebody to watch her kid while she's at work or something like that. That would make sense, right? But people have been calling her out for the way in which she has moved. She has posted her TikTok, which has now over 1 million followers since the story went viral. Her TikTok is on private now. Christy says there's a thin line between spreading the word and clout chasing. There hasn't been any type of charge yet. Yes, there's a GoFundMe. And this is what I was saying. Well, maybe there's a GoFundMe because, she's not working. So this is how she's supporting. Her GoFundMe, if I remember correctly, somebody in the chat was initially $10,000. It was initially 7,000. It went from 7 to 10. It is now 20 and she has raised $10,000. She's planning to get an attorney. That's what she says she wants to do. Okay? But we are here a week later and no charges. Mind you, there's been all kinds of stories about daycares in the last 2 weeks that have been exposed. Martin has exposed a lot of daycare stories recently. I don't know what to make of this. They're saying that now there's another woman who's saying some concerns about this daycare since she took her child to the doctor, right? What is going on? Yes, some people have been donating. They have. Speaking of a GoFundMe, you'll start one soon? Oh my gosh. Well, make sure you let me know, Tinkle, so I can share it, okay? You've always been very supportive in my channel, so I have to be able to, support and share. Well, some people have been donating. Dang, she's buying. I don't know about that, Amy, but people have been saying different things. We're waiting, Stacy. I'm like, there's got to be a FOIA. Nothing's been sent. Nothing's been set. But it's only fair to put this out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a blog, local blog, who said what happened at Little Kings and Queens Daycare in El Paso was a 2-year-old assaulted. And this was written literally on the 19th. So I know people are out there keeping their eyes on the story because a lot of us have been. But I haven't seen anything. It's big on TikTok, but not big on YouTube quite yet. And part of it is because I don't know like where people land with this story, right? Police, it could be. It could very well be. No charges yet. But the owner, by the name of Joel, has been doxxed. His number has been put out there. His address have people have already concluded that he has done this. And I'm not saying that he didn't, but we don't know what happened. We don't know what happened. No worries, Vic. Thank you for stopping by. If they did an ARKIN and there's no DNA, then it could have been a lot of things, right, Erica? I say back, they've been pulling his background too. They have. No stone unturned from these people. They are going at it. So let's read this article because it's recent. So, disturbing incident at Little Kings and Queens Daycare demanding serious action. As parents and caregivers, our utmost priority is to ensure the safety and happiness of our children, particularly when they are entrusted to the supervision of others. In a society where protection and well being of our youngest members are paramount, recent events at Little Kings and Queens Daycare in El Paso have put forward earnest concerns. Has merged regarding an alleged incident about a 2-year-old provoking questions about the daycare's rules and practices. But what exactly happened at Little Kings and Queens in El Paso? Let's dive in depth into the whole story. Trigger warning, and I will say this too, I should have said it earlier. Trigger warning, because this is some hard stuff to listen to, okay? On TikTok and Facebook, a very disturbing video was viral of an employee from Little Kings and Queens Daycare in El Paso. Apparently, Joel Estrada, the husband of a daycare owner in the video, was being accused of raping a 2-year-old child by the name of Ari. The child's mother can be heard yelling and complaining about the crime that happened at the daycare center. The Texas Department of Family and Protective Services is now looking into the matter. So there are screenshots. A young baby was raped at a daycare. The owner keeps changing its versions of what happened. Now, look, they doxed the business and everything. Hopefully I don't have to sign up for shit here. That information is out there. Somebody said right here, I'm absolutely disgusted that the local news stations keep posting that it was abuse and neglect when it was clearly rape. This Tex-Mex Trumpanian said. Parents expect their children to be safe around teachers who are like fathers or mother figures. But the news that went viral through TikTok dismantled this belief of parents. Mothers and fathers who used to send their little kids to daycare services are heavily concerned after the news of assault from Little Kings and Queens Daycare in El Paso. A video went viral on TikTok and Facebook about a heinous crime attempted attempted in Little Kings and Queens Daycare. An employee of the daycare was being accused of raping. The video was captioned with the text saying, "So this man raped my friend's little 2-year-old daughter in El Paso daycare. The reasons he isn't behind bar is because they need to do a DNA test, but it's clear that it was done. That's the time that the baby was under their care. Not only that, but he claims it's only a rash, but the hospital verified she was raped." So the hospital paperwork did say that the hymen was disrupted sex assault. Now, I was thinking about this. I said, what if that's just a coding in the paperwork? Could that be the case? Potentially. I don't know. But if the hospital is classifying it this way, it's concerning. Was there That's a good question. See, a change it's a good question. I don't know if they have cameras in the changing rooms though, but that's a great question. Was she alone with him? It's a great question. It's a great question. Great question. A woman can be heard screaming at the man about the crime that happened with her 2-year-old daughter. She added she was effing 2-year-olds and got raped. And she got raped here. Okay, on your fucking watch, a 2-year-old got raped here. It was also revealed by the TikTok video that alleged rapist is still working as a regular employee at the daycare. Now, keep this in mind. This is I'm not a supporter of this guy, Joseph Morris. He puts a lot of fucking fucked up information, misinformation. He does it for clicks and views. He gets caught up all the time. He deletes his shit and he puts it on private. That's what he does. So I'm not even going to play his video. Following the video, a few more allegations were made against the employee. A Facebook user claimed that the video footage was submitted to the video, which showed the employee buying a condom and going to the daycare. The identity of the alleged grape, is also revealed. His name is Joel Estrada and the husband of the daycare owner. Tu mama is the mom, by the way. Everyone, the daycare I found out is not registered under Joel Estrada or his wife. It is under Ana Hernandez. Ladies putting this out there. This man tells parents This man tells parents him and his wife are the owners. He was also caught walking every day to and from the gas station back to the daycare for the purchase of a single condom, which video footage was submitted to the police. I will keep everyone updated as I get new information. Two additional parents have came forward with the trauma from this man to their child. She said two additional parents. Two additional parents. Where's everybody at with this? I just mm, mm, mm. Let me see, because you guys are very quiet so far. Yes, trigger warning. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. The Texas Department of Family and Protective Services is working in the matter. The team has investigated the daycare, seeing that the man free and roaming around, people are boiling from rage. Society wants justice, I think they meant to write, for the little child who probably didn't know what happened to her. So citizens are now bombarding the site of the daycare with negative comments and incident reports. They mention crime and predator at the center to warn other parents. People are also protesting in front of the daycare and are demanding serious and strict actions against the man. Here's some pictures. Protesters gathers outside the Little Kings and Queens Daycare Learning Center on Wednesday afternoon after a viral social media post of alleged abuse. Here's another one. So, what do you think? They asked, what do you think of such child predators? What type of punishment should be ruled by the government? Comment on your views below. And then again, if this is the case, like, why is it so hard for us to have any charges quite yet? Why is it so hard? I don't think it's there. I don't like that they're using neglect. You can use the word abuse, but they can't use the word rape. Right, right. Why are they using that kind of terminology? That's a good question. Um, I don't know, Leah. Leah, that's a good question. My thing is though, is this okay? If for something like this, they closed it down, but not because it was closed by licensing. Callie, I think that the owners decided to close it because of all the hate that they were getting. Also, if your children aren't going to daycare, um, you deleted a comment in the chat, no worries. Um, if the children aren't going to daycare, well, what business are you running? Like, how many children would you think at the time that I took mine to daycare? If they don't get more than there has to be at least, I don't know, so many children, 5 or 10 children to keep a business operating. If you're only getting 1 child or 2 child, that's not gonna keep the lights on. So what are they gonna do? They're gonna close the business until they can figure something out. My thing is this though, he is n why has if look, DNA takes a minute. If it was him, okay, it's gonna take a minute to figure that out, test them and everything. Uh, what if he didn't do anything? Like, I'm just wondering because and how long is it gonna take them to find out, like, if it's DNA or any testing that they did? What if it's what if it wasn't that and it was something else? Then you have a man who's been like, I'm just looking at different angles, right? Is it possible that it happened? I'm still kind of on the fence on the story. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm kind of curious to know. They usually advertise the daycares. Yeah, minimum of 5. That's what I thought. I was like, they have to at least keep a couple of kids in there, you know? Couple, for sure. I blame her for her death 2 months. Who? I'm sorry. Whose death? Um, I don't know. So I'm kind of on the fence on this one. See, this is the only thing. So I had said this. I said, so the lady's alleging that more people are coming off. They Tazzy, they are licensed, so they might get some state funding through like, I don't know, child state funding care type of deal. So like if they are, I don't know what El Paso calls it, but uh, if they receive any type of government assisted child daycare, then yeah, that they would need to be licensed for that. That would be a requirement. What if it wasn't even him or someone else that it hurt their baby with something? Right, what if it wasn't even him and it was somebody else? You know? Like what if like we don't know what happened the morning of that she took her kid to daycare, right? Gotcha. Something's not Kimo says something's not right. Anything could happen. Right. This is why I'm on the fence. But as quickly as they were running and charging the other cases, you know what I'm saying? The ones because there was a recent daycare case where like a child was assaulted and murdered, right? Something like that. They were quick on that one. And there were some other ones that they were quick on that they were finding. It does kind of make me wonder like what happened here? And why they're taking forever to do this. And if he's the only male person on this thing, on this daycare, it leaves people to suspect something. Look, this Facebook group is already, they started with justice for the baby and now they're saying something else. Like some of these posts are so, I don't know. It is, if it's true, it's suspect. He's going next door to buy condoms. Like, would this, I mean, some perpetrators can be very deliberate. I will say that. But yeah, yeah. The McMartin case. Yes, Shauna B, you know, the one with the daycares and all that other stuff. I remember that. I remember that. This is why I asked the time, was she told about the blood? What time? Yeah, timing I think is everything in terms of this situation. But let me see what you guys are saying. Right. So let me show you guys. Let's review because this group is like saying a lot of stuff. She said they had left the evidence bag and patients were already in the room. I'm a little confused. How did she get this picture if there was already other patients in the room? Or if she noticed they left them there, why didn't she or the nurse chase them down, but instead took the picture and allowed them to leave without them? Am I the only one wondering this? Other people are questioning everything. Here's I wasn't able to attend early for the protest due to the fact that a detective assigned had to bring me and my daughter through yet again after she had already confirmed him touch me, more questioning again. I already feel like a 2-year-old should only have to voice it once. I feel like these people don't have any empathy for the family members and the children affected. I could hold my shit together today with these people. I then asked why Pebble Hills PD tried to sway me to not requesting a rape kit for my daughter and why I was pushed off with the two officers making their assumptions stating that it was probably not rape as she seemed fine. No one had any answers for me, of course, and was very tight lipped about the current status of the daycare or why the officers left the hospital and forgot my daughter's a bloody dress and bloody diaper in the evidence bag. In the evidence bag, as the hospital had already placed a new patient in that room. Pebbles Hill, I love an explanation. So she takes a picture of the evidence bag. Did y'all see that? Do we know if the diaper was collected for evidence as part of the rape? I think that's what it is. Beautiful messy ball right there. So I'm gonna try to. I don't think it's gonna. Oh, it does. Let me zoom in. Hold up. Um. So what they're saying is the statements that she's giving is not really matching this situation with the bag right there. I don't know. Y'all let me know. What do you guys think? Hold up. They're saying I wasn't able to attend. Hold up. She said that they left the evidence bag and patients were already in the room. I'm a little confused on this. How did she get this picture if there were already other patients in the room? Or if she noticed that they left them there, why didn't she or a nurse chase them down, but instead took the picture and allowed them to leave without them? Am I the only one wondering this? Because that's when they were in the room. She did tell them to get the evidence. Someone said, so I guess I can say that the nurse and cleaning staff failed as well because they also left a bag with the new patients in the room. Yeah, my goodness. Do not message the mom, y'all, or else y'all be banned from the group. Do not yeah, well, don't message. Please don't harass any of these people or message them. Um, just a heads up. So, has there been any mention of the victims? I saw a lady in the news report that mentioned her daughter having a rash, then putting pieces together to assume that it was also SA. Seems very strange that the mother showed a picture to the doctor and the doctor saying she was SA'd. There's a test that would be done before any doctor would make that assumption. Not just looking at a picture, but if there are any other credible cases, wouldn't we be hearing so much more on this point? Not just hearsay. And that's my point. Like, why aren't we hearing more about these cases? Is it just me that's a little off on here? Hold up, y'all. I don't know, guys. Yeah, Morals says, I'm not saying that either, Morals, thank you. But there's a lot of doubt being placed early about the DNA evidence. Right. What if there isn't DNA evidence? You know? She had the diaper or law enforcement. I think they're saying that she was going to be given to her. Why am I hearing myself? Okay. Um, oh, I don't want to. What is this? Apparently I look old. Okay, I don't know what the hell. Um, it's not a meet and greet. There are car clubs that get together and call it a meet. The meet was done as a fundraiser, not siding with anyone, but stop calling it a meet and greet. What? Drop suggestions for weekend vacation spots within driving distance of El Paso, please. This is for tu mama. Okay. I got a question. How many people has got nasty messages from the mom? Like, you really got time for messages? I've of course sent one back. Girl, I mean, we've been celebrating numbers of members. I guarantee that 4,000 members aren't supporting. I'm so disappointed with how things are playing out. What happened to the whole purpose of the situation? Aren't we supposed to be unifying to get justice for Ariana? Now it seems like a popular contest. Let's see how much money we can sucker people into giving. Let's see if I can get them to set me up for the rest of the year. Yes, I was a dummy and donated to the GoFundMe along with several other friends. Hmm. I, along with my friends, are struggling as the economy sucks. Let me see what you guys are saying. I don't know what. I haven't had time, Tico. I'm gonna get at you. I'll do it tonight. I haven't had time. I'm sorry. Um, that's what they're saying, Erica. Am I the, so they're coming for the lady now. Coming for the lady. You think so? Yo, they're trying to put a value on human life. Okay, now to be fair, if she has not worked, she gonna need some monies. Okay. Well, and also, like, I'm just thinking, she doesn't have childcare. Can she work? Miyu, what do you think, Miyu? Your elbow coughing. The genuine question: has an F book ever brought any justice? What? You know what? Facebook books. Let me tell you, Facebook groups always be stirring up shit. I'll tell you that. I mean, they bring up some great. I'm still part of the Carly Russell Facebook group. I don't know why. I need to leave the group, but because it's not like there's nothing else I want to talk about in terms of Carly Russell. Let's just be real. But Facebook groups always do the most. They do. But they're noticing. They're noticing. Well, maybe they feel like she needs a vacation. She's like, I'd be mad. I don't know, man. What do you guys think? So the Facebooks are getting mad at her. Okay. Posting anonymous because I like being nosy. Someone wrote to Mama, Alexandra should become a spokesperson for improving oversight in daycare. Alexandra, I think that is the name of Tu Mama. Okay, Ari's mom. Should become a spokesperson for improving oversight in daycares and police responding properly in daycare child abuse. She's incredible, eloquent, well spoken. She could make a difference if we are able to form a foundation to help her and support her. Well, can we find out if there's going to be criminal charges before we do all that? Like, that's the biggest thing I want to know. Can we just find out that there's going to be criminal charges? I'd like to know. Looking for a T-shirt Connect. It needs to be an official company that allows online payments and ships to the customer. Added bonus if they do fundraising. Me too. Me too. But listen, I think we have to show both sides. I want to see some charges at this point. I would think, like, when I said I was going to follow up to this story, I was hoping that a week from now, we would have had at least an update. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least one update. Someone got arrested. Something happened, you know? Yeah, are we all saying is when stay neutral, you have to look at all sides? Morals. Morals like, are we saying when stay neutral, you have to look at all sides? No, I don't think so. I don't think you have to. But I would think that if you stay neutral, you're not forming an opinion until afterwards. And that's kind of where I'm conflicted right now. So I can't really form an opinion. Right? Because they're protesting. But Leah has a good point. You would think with all this, the police would have released a statement. Something. With all the protesting, I haven't seen the police say anything. They haven't even given like a press conference. But if you had, let's just say that this guy perped on so many kids and we're just finding out about it, let's say he perped on a lot of kids. This would be like a press conference. This would be a huge like arrest. Huge, a big one. It would be. It would be. So it just makes me wonder who, but people are not having it. Long post. I've been keeping up with the entire situation since the mom, this was 11 hours ago, posted the first post. First, I just wanted to say prayers to the baby, absolutely, and say this for what she's going through. But in my opinion, I feel like there's a lot of loopholes. There's a lot of contradictions. Oh my gosh. There, the reason being is that I've gone through SA and I understand how hard it is, especially as a parent, to try and be cordial and calm. In my opinion, I feel like that from the jump, the mom came off harsh. Reason being is first on her Facebook page, you have a picture of you flaunting the finger at the child care. I understand you want justice. I mean, these are a lot of opinions that people have. Um, lots and lots of opinions. There are so many cases. There are so many things about the videos that Alexandra has posted that don't add up to me. But from what I've gathered by the videos, she had just gotten a new job and she was still on probation on a probationary period. But she states that in the video that she's supposed to be at work by 8 and didn't drop the baby off until daycare until 8:30. But she's making a GoFundMe because she got fired from her job because of this situation. I think it's all a lie. Oh my God. Pretty sure she wasn't reliable, and this situation put the icing on the cake. I really hate to say it, but I feel like she's taking advantage of people. Things don't add up, and people have fallen into a scam. People are saying they're feeling some type of way about the lady. Okay, let me go to TikTok land real quick because people have spoken out about this. Hold on, girl, stop. Some people with the freaking stories. Give me one sec. This would be, I think it was Abby Blabby that said something. She made a statement about this, and I wanted to share.
SA on this 2-year-old little girl.
Hold up. This wasn't it. There was one that she made recent. Here it is.
Hey guys, if you saw the post I made about 10 minutes ago about baby Ariana, I took it down because her mom actually messaged me and there were screenshots that she had posted onto her Facebook that she didn't intend to post. And I don't want to share anything that she's not okay with. So I'm going to repost that video, except with that part edited out. Break time at work, you know what that means. This right here is Joel Estrada. A lot of people were commenting on my last video asking to see a clearer image of his face, and here's one right here. If you haven't been following this case, this guy works at the Little Kings and Queens daycare in El Paso, Texas, and allegedly SA'd a 2-year-old little girl there named Ariana. Go back and watch the other videos to get
So she exposed all of this and all this stuff, and I'm like, yo, like, what if he's not? It just seems weird to me that they're taking this long to, you know, pick him up, convict him, charge him, not convict him, but charge him at least. Charge him at least. If any, I'm just saying. I don't know. What do you guys think? It's a lot to consume right now. Not only would they be arrested, but someone else in there would be complicit, especially if there were cameras. Do we know the children teacher rate? No, that's a good question. Like, what was the teacher ratio to that? I would like the police to speak up. Yeah, a statement. How does one post something that is not intended to be posted? I don't intend to post this, but I'm gonna post it anyways. Let me tell. It's getting creeper vibes, but everyone is proven. Yeah, except on social media, it's always the other way around, right? I don't know, guys. I wanted to talk about this because I said I was going to circle on it, but we have no arrests yet. We have no update on this. Um, Nothing. So I'm a little like, I don't know. There's not enough for you to think that he's guilty, says Vic. But he's been doxxed. Look, his family, everybody's going for his neck, and he hasn't been arrested yet. You think mom is fishy? Still? Still? Right, Christy. I would like the police to speak up. I would, yeah. Creeper vibes, this is the only way to do it. It wouldn't be fair for the child or anybody. Like, here's the deal. And I was thinking about this. Well, maybe they're trying to silence her because I was thinking about that too. But I said, well, why would they try to silence her? Why would they try to hide like the rape of a 2-year-old or 2-year-old children for that matter? It's going to come out either way. Is it possible that something else caused this and then we have no information, no update? And you would think with all this media information out there that they would make a statement soon. And then you imagine if he actually didn't do anything, the fucking defamation lawsuit, it would be crazy. Think she's making her motives. I thought we would have at least an update yet, but we don't. But I wanted to talk about the story because I wanted to follow up. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm gonna head out because I gotta go tend to baby Bunny. It's a chill night, so I gotta go. I gotta go relax a little bit. I'm tired. But I will see you guys on the next one, and make sure you hit that like button if you're on the replay gang, replay gang. Rabbits out, guys. Have a great night.